Hari Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Giridhari Radha Lalit Madhav Ki Jai Radha Raman Bihari Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Nayan Bihari Ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Ki Jai Radha Damodar Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Gokulananda Radha Raman Ki Jai Krishna Balaram Maharaj Ki Jai Prishta Om Vishnupad Astotra Satta Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Vishnupad Parivraja Kachari Astotra Satta Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga Ki Jai Paramaraditam Gurupad Padma Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Tinamne Devam Narayanam Vande Vrindavana Nivasanam Ananta Guna Bhushita Koti Vatsale Rupinam Gaura Kripa Vigrahaya Gaurangasya Priyatmane Tam Rupam Satatam Vande Madjivanasya Jivanam Virahena Sadaya Chetava Pada Padmeshame Ashraya Charanedihi Gurudeva Kripame Radha Paksha Patitvana Krishna Paksha Parajita Tyallasa Harshananda Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. He Radhika Priyajana, He Lalita Gunanuga, He Shri Narayana Deva, Jayati Kirti Sarvadam. Tam Gopika Vrishavarestanayanti Kesi, Sevadikarini Gurun Chapadapan. Dasyam Prada Kurumam Brajakanane Shri Radham Grisevana Rasam Sukhinim Sukabdam. Radha Samukha Samsaktim Sakya Sangha Nivasinim. Tamaham Satatam Vande Guru Rupam Param Sakim. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. First of all, my limited Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, Nitila Preshtam Vishnupada Stutra Satta Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Also to Shiksha Gurudevas, Om Vishnupada Stutra Satta Srimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, Shrimati Krishna Priya Thakurani, all Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, all devotees assembled here in Lima, Peru, Bhakti Yoga, Lima, and those who are watching us now or in recording. Hare Krishna.
Antes que nada, Maharaj ofrece sus reverencias a sus maestros espirituales, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, y a sus Shiksha Gurus, Shrimati Krishna Priya Thakurani y Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj. A todos los devotos presentes, sus reverencias.
So, yesterday we glorified Srila Gurudev on his Vyasa-puja day.
Ayer estuvimos glorificando a Srila Gurudev en el día de su Vyasa-puja.
And his life story we started to listen to, and it's so profound we could not accomplish in one time. So, very, very wonderful to deliberate upon the Jivana Charitra life story of such a personality.
Es muy importante. Estoy con la gente que voy a estar con Maharaj.
So, what's that?
¿Nada que grabar esto? No. Sí, Maharaj, I'm changing the
Advanced problems. So, it's a very, how to say, the life story of such personalities is very deep, very deep. It's very, very profound, you cannot really grasp it once. It takes time, it takes actually all lifetimes to understand why, what was there. It takes lifetimes to...
Puede tomar muchas vidas tomar ese tipo de comprender ese tipo de historia.
So actually not possible to comprender.
Es imposible comprender.
Yeah. So they perform pastimes, human-like pastimes, as if one of us. They perform pastimes as if they're one of us.
Ellos ejecutan pasatiempos que parecieran uno de nosotros.
So after Srila Gurudev surrendered to Srila Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj,
Después de que Srila Gurudeva se rindiera a Param Gurudeva y Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Maharaj,
so he was performing menial service in the mat.
él estaba haciendo servicios muy sencillos en el mar.
Menial means very simple, yes. He was a police officer in his mundane life, as if mundane life, he was a police officer.
En su vida mundana era un oficial de policía.
But when he came to the mat, he was cleaning lights, lanterns, there were no electricity at that time, so he was cleaning those gas lamps.
Cuando llegó al mar, él limpiaba las lámparas que no eran de electricidad en ese tiempo del mar.
He was cleaning, there was not gas, for cooking, so there were only some wood, yeah, so he was cleaning those pots.
También en ese momento no había gas para cocinar, entonces se cocinaba con leña, entonces él limpiaba las ollas.
After they were using wood, there was so much black, so he was cleaning that. When Devananda Gaudiya Mat was being built, Srila Gurudev on his shoulders was carrying huge stones, boulders, from Ganga to the mat. At that time, he was putting his japa for like a few days because he was fully immersed in seva. So Srila Gurudev was so surrendered to Param Gurudev that Param Gurudev gave him a title, Bhakta Bandhava, means a friend of devotees. Amigo de los devotees. So actually, Srila Gurudev became the personal servant of Param Gurudev. Also, he was serving all prominent Vaishnavas, disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur at that time. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shidhar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj, etc., etc. And certainly our Srila Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, whose name was then Abhaya Charanavinda Prabhu. Charanavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, his name was Abhaya Charanavinda Prabhu. So once Srila Gurudev went to the Ganga with Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. And Srila Puri Maharaj was taking bath. And Srila Gurudev also prepared for taking bath, and he was having his lota brought from home. Vessel for bath, yeah. So, while he was trying to take bath, the lota was taken by the stream and it disappeared in the waters. So Srila Puri Maharaj told Gurudev, aha, you lost your last attachment. Yes, you gave up everything, but this lota you were attached to. So this story is similar to one with Srila Sanatana Goswami when he was in Varanasi. On the way to Varanasi to meet Mahaprabhu, Srila Sanatana Goswami stopped at some house of his relative. En camino a Varanasi, Srila Sanatana Goswami se detuvo en la casa de unos para encontrarse con Mahaprabhu. And that relative presented Srila Sanatana Goswami with some woolen blanket, warm blanket for winter season. So he came to Mahaprabhu and he was sometimes wearing that blanket. So Mahaprabhu was casting glance at that blanket on and off, like casting like this. So Srila Sanatana Goswami noticed that. So so Sanatana Goswami understood it wasn't liked by Mahaprabhu. So Sanatana Goswami took that blanket and went to the ghats, to the bathing place. And at the bathing place, there was a very poor person who was wearing an old and like with holes, blanket with holes, dirty. No? Sanatana Goswami looked and understood, oh, I want that. Oh, dear sir, he said to the poor person, could you please exchange your dirty, old and torn blanket into my new blanket? Yeah, so, oh dear sir, you must be joking with me. How is it possible? No, I'm really serious. You please give it to me. After some time, the poor person agreed, and Srila Sanatana Goswami was wearing his old and torn and dirty blanket chadar. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that new chadar on Srila Sanatana Goswami, he was very pleased. Sanatana Goswami could understand that. Yes, so Srila Gurudeva was in his type of mundane life, no? Before life of bhajan, he was a policeman. So when he came to the mat, he was using his great skills of being organized and being able to accomplish a lot of seva. He was also strong physically, so he was using all that. Yeah. So yesterday some devotees were here and you heard the story of Sri Ananga Mohan Brahmachari. Ananga Mohan Brahmachari. Ananga Mohan. So that young devotee, he was maybe 16, 17. He was a personal servant of Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj. He was born in Assam. So he was so much devoted to Param Gurudev gave him really special blessings. He was really an exemplary Guru Sevak, the servant of Shri Guru. So we were discussing Sharanagati this morning. So how to understand that one practices Sharanagati? Means practical application is this selfless Guru Seva, completely selfless. Selfless, no egoist. So then Ananga Mohan Brahmachari all of a sudden developed some disease that was tuberculosis, TB. Yeah, at that time it was incurable in India, not possible to cure. So he became worse and worse. So Param Gurudev was very worried and he arranged for him a very nice ecological place in the north of Bengal.
Param Gurudeva estaba muy preocupado por él y entonces arregló para que tuviese un lugar muy bonito, ecológico en el norte de Bali.
So mountains, fresh air, like this.
Entonces, donde eran montañas donde había un aire muy fresco.
So Param Gurudev personally went there with devotees.
Param Gurudeva fue personalmente allá con devotees.
And Narottamananda Brahmachari was there, our Gurudev was there.
Narottamananda Brahmachari estaba ahí, nuestro Gurudeva.
So, but finally, only Gurudev stayed, and he was helping Ananga Mohan Brahmachari.
Finalmente solamente Gurudeva se quedó ahí, ayudando a
Ananga Mohan.
Brahmachari.
So that was a very dangerous, contagious disease, and devotees were afraid to be infected.
En ese momento era una enfermedad grave y los devotos tenían temor de contagiarse.
But Gurudev stayed with Sri Ananga Mohan Brahmachari, and he was serving him. And even he himself got sick also, but he was still serving him.
Gurudeva se quedó ahí a ayudarlo personalmente, incluso Gurudeva se contagió de la enfermedad.
So finally it became clear that Sri Ananda Mohan Brahmachari will not be cured, and his departure became imminent.
Finalmente se vio que Ananda Mohan Brahmachari no iba a curarse, que su partida era inminente.
So finally, some ecstatic symptoms, he revealed some ecstatic symptoms when he was leaving. So he started calling Param Gurudev, Baba. Baba means Padre, Padre. So, and then he said, Radha and Krishna are calling me to Vrindavan. Radha and Krishna are calling me to Vrindavan. Gurudev said, oh, Prabhu, please tell Radha and Krishna that, so that they also give blessing to me, so that I can go to that Vrindavan. So later we asked Srila Gurudeva about this case. Oh, what Vrindavan did Ananga Mohan Brahmachari go? What kind of Vrindavan? So Gurudev said Prakat means that Vrindavan which is manifested in some of the universes in material world where Krishna performs these pastimes. So Gurudev said, oh, devotee said, oh, this is not small blessing. This Prakat Vrindavan means you will be trained by the gopis and then you go to Aprakat means, yes, transcendental. Yes, yes. So at that time, when Srila Gurudeva was serving Ananga Mohan Brahmachari, he once went somewhere by train. Yes, he was serving, then Gurudev went somewhere by train. Gurudev, when he was serving Ananga Mohan, he went somewhere by train. Gurudev went. And by chance, he met his cousin brother, I think Kamalakanta, his name, like cousin brother, who was working at the railway, inspector something. So he. Yeah. So that was the first time when Gurudev by chance met some relative after joining the mat. Oh, Narayan, where are you? What are you doing? But Gurudev was very simple, so he embraced his cousin brother. Where are you? He said about all the whereabouts. I'm here and there. I'm in this place in the mountains. He was at that time. So immediately that relative got all the information.
Entonces el bebé era muy sencillo y inmediatamente lo abrazó y le dijo dónde estaba, que había estado en este lugar, y el primo le dio la información a la familia.
Immediately he informed all the relatives in Tiwaripur about Gurudev's whereabouts.
Inmediatamente la familia, el primo le informó a toda la familia acerca de dónde estaba.
Then all the relatives came to that northern place of Bengal. All the relatives.
Toda la familia fue a ese lugar en Vrindavan.
Yes. So then they started calling Srila Gurudev, oh, you are now renounced, but no, please come home. Be as your grandfather. Your grandfather was very renounced, but he was living at home.
Todo el mundo le decía, ahora has renunciado, pero también tu abuelo era muy renunciado, pero él estaba bien en su casa.
I think Goraknath Tiwari, his grandfather's name was.
Su abuelo se llamaba Goraknath Tiwari.
Yeah, very strong physically, also very renounced, brahmachari, like this.
Era muy fuerte físicamente, también era brahmachari.
But he was, absorbed in prayer, praying to Ram. So you be like your grandfather, why are you leaving home?
Entonces le decían que él era también un gran devoto de Ram, pero vivía en su casa y le dijeron, ¿por qué no vives en tu casa?
Like this. So later when Srila Gurudev returned to Navadvip, then they came again to Navadvip.
Luego también Srila Gurudeva retomó su casa y luego fue a Navadvip.
They were so determined, they were not, about to leave Gurudev alone.
Entonces estaban muy determinados de no dejarlo tranquilo Gurudeva.
So then finally, Gurudev was quite perplexed and what to do, to go, not to go. So he talked to Param Gurudev about that.
Entonces Gurudeva estaba aparentemente perplejo de si tenía que ir o no con su familia y habló con Param Gurudeva.
At that time, Narottamananda Brahmachari Prabhu was very much against. Oh, you came here, why are you going back? You left all that life, why are you returning?
Entonces en ese momento Narottamananda Brahmachari estaba en contra de eso y decía, tú ya has venido aquí, ¿para qué vas a retornar a tu casa?
Then Param Gurudev actually said, yes, you can go for some time and then return.
Entonces Param Gurudeva le dijo, entonces sí, puedes ir y luego regresar.
So Narottamananda Brahmachari, remember, Gurudev Svarma Pradarshaka Guru. He brought him to the mat.
Narottamananda Brahmachari en ese momento era como el Svarma Pradarshaka Guru de Gurudeva, fue el que lo llevó a la Gaudiya Mata.
Yeah, Shri Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Maharaj later.
Luego tomó sannyas y recibió el nombre de Bhakti Kamal
Madhusudan. Also he was Acharya of his mat.
También Acharya.
Yeah, so then Param Gurudev said, oh, Gaur Narayan came here by his initiative, on his initiative. So when Mahaprabhu needs him back, definitely he will come and perform seva. I didn't steal him from his family. I didn't steal him from his village. So he came himself. And when Mahaprabhu needs him, he will come, I'm sure.
Param Gurudeva dijo, Gaur Narayan vino aquí por su propia voluntad. Yo no lo he robado de su familia. Entonces cuando Mahaprabhu lo necesite, él va a volver por su propia iniciativa.
So Gaur Narayan Param Gurudev, Shri Narottamananda Brahmachari was appeased.
Entonces ahí Narottamananda Prabhu estaba.
Yes, so finally the arrangement was made. Srila Gurudev got back to his village.
Entonces los arreglos se hicieron para que Gurudeva regresara a su aldea.
So when Srila Gurudev came back to his village, then all the villagers were so overjoyed, they came to him.
Entonces cuando regresó a su aldea, toda su familia, todos los de la aldea estaban felices.
Okay, so they said, oh, Narayan, now you have to stay here with us and maintain your celibacy.
Entonces le dijeron, Narayan, entonces ahora tú vas a tener que estar con nosotros, vas a estar con nosotros y mantener tu celibato.
Now you have to become like your grandfather, who was like an elephant,
Vas a estar como tu abuelo, que era fuerte como un elefante.
Oh, Gurudev said, what's the use of being an elephant? What's the use of being a celibate if you're not devotee of God? And Bihari villages, they're sometimes strong. So they said, you've been, some black magic has been done on you. So these neck beads, his neck beads, cut his neck beads. Then Gurudev said, oh, if you do that, I'll immediately go and never return. So by his mercy, Gurudev wanted to help him. And Brahmana village, and so many Brahmanas, also learned persons. There was some village Pandit, type of learned person. His name was Vamsharopana Simha. Yeah. So he was a scholar in Sri Sampradaya. So Sri Sampradaya, one branch is called Ramanandi, so they worship Sitaram.
La Sri Sampradaya es una rama de Ramanandi que adoraban a Sri Rama.
Yes. So that Pandit came and he said, "Oh, my son, I'm so happy. You have now become a sadhu."
Entonces el Pandit vino y le dijo, "Oh, hijo mío, estoy muy feliz que no te has vuelto un sadhu."
So now please explain to me the Siddhanta of Ramanujacharya, you know?
Entonces le dijo, a ver, por favor, explícame el Siddhanta de Ramanujacharya.
Yeah, Vishishtadvaita.
Vishishtadvaita.
Gurudev said, "Oh, well, you have to know all the Siddhantas, all the philosophies of all the four Sampradayas."
Entonces le dijo, tienes que saber todos los Siddhantas de las cuatro Sampradayas.
So, Vishishtadvaita, also Dvaita-dvaita, Shuddha-dvaita. Yeah. Dvaita-vada of Madhuracharya, everything you have to know. So then he discovered that the Pandit didn't know firmly, you know, his doctrine.
Entonces el Pandit no tenía claro todas las otras doctrinas.
Yeah, so Srila Gurudev started telling him about Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya.
Entonces, Srila Gurudev empezó a explicarle el Siddhanta de Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya.
So, but he answered the question of the Pandit. He first explained Vishishtadvaitavada of Sri Ramanujacharya.
Entonces explicó la pregunta del Pandit para explicar el Vishishtadvaitavada de Sri Ramanujacharya.
Well, Vaishnava Sampradayas or Vaishnava schools, you know, four, right? You know, four. Yeah, so they are all philosophically against the doctrine of Shankaracharya, which is Advaita or monism, non-difference, yes.
Estaban en contra de la filosofía de Shankaracharya, que es el Advaita, que significa el monismo no diferenciado.
Yeah, so Sri Ramanujacharya introduced Vishishtadvaita, means non-difference with some specification.
El Vishishtadvaita de Ramanuja Sampradaya es el monismo, pero diferenciado.
Specified monism, it's called.
Con algo específico. Un monismo, pero con una especificación.
Yes, means, yes, non-different, but there is some specification.
Quiere decir que no hay diferencia, pero hay una especificación.
So the Acharya of the Sampradaya means the person from whom Sampradaya comes is Lakshmi Devi.
Entonces, en esa Sampradaya, la persona de donde proviene esa Sampradaya es Lakshmi Devi.
The teacher of the Sampradaya Acharya is Ramanuja.
El maestro de esta Sampradaya es Ramanujacharya.
And they worship Lakshmi Narayana.
Ellos adoran a Lakshmi Narayana. So,
but our Sampradaya, Gurudev said, is called Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Vaishnava Sampradaya. Yes. So our source of our Sampradaya, the main, founder of Sampradaya is Lord Brahma. Yes, the Acharya is Madhvacharya. Then, in the same way as in Ramanuja Sampradaya, there's a special branch called Ramanandi, and they worship Ram. In the same way, within the Madhva Sampradaya, there's a special branch called Gaudiya Sampradaya of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we worship Radha and Krishna. So, in Brahma Sampradaya, there is a Sri Bhashya, commentary of Sri Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu.
In Brahma Sampradaya, está el libro Sri Bhashya, escrito por Sri Baladev Prabhu.
And actually there are three more, he mentions here, three more. Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Anubhashya, Anuvakya. Anyway, there are some commentaries. So, also there are two more Sampradayas. And Rudra Sampradaya, the founder is Lord Shiva Rudra. So, Vishnu Swami is the Acharya. And the Shuddha Dvaita Vada means purified.
Shuddha Advaita Vada.
Shuddha Dvaita.
Shuddha Advaita.
Means purified dualism.
Que quiere decir dualismo purificado.
Is the doctrine, and they worship Nrsimhadev.
Esa es su doctrina y ellos adoran a Nrsimhadev.
They also have commentary on Vedanta Sutra.
Ellos también tienen un comentario sobre el Vedanta.
And the fourth sampradaya is Sanaka Sampradaya, otherwise it's called Nimbaditya.
La cuarta sampradaya es la Sanaka Sampradaya, que la acharya es Nimbaditya acharya.
It comes from the four Kumaras.
Que viene de los cuatro Kumaras.
So also it's called Chatusana.
También se llama Chatusana.
Yeah, so Nimbaditya is the acharya.
Nimbaditya es el acharya.
So their doctrine is Dvaita Advaita Vada, simultaneous monism and dualism. Dvaita Advaita.
Su filosofía es Dvaita Advaita, quiere decir monismo y dualismo.
They worship Rukmini Dwarakadish.
Ellos adoran a Rukmini Dwarakadish.
But actually in Vrindavan they worship Radha and Krishna, but in the mood of Rukmini Dwarakadish.
Ellos adoran en Vrindavan a Radha y Krishna, pero en el humor de Dwarakadish.
Where is Maturika? This class is for her. But anyway. So they also have commentary on Vedanta Sutra.
Ellos también tienen un comentario de Vedanta Sutra.
Then Srila Gurudev started explaining to the Pandit the specific features of Sri Gaudiya Sampradaya, the doctrine of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Entonces el Gurudev explicó al Pandit todas esas particularidades de la Gaudiya Sampradaya.
Srila Gurudev explained that Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, simultaneous difference and non-difference from the Supreme Lord, is the doctrine of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Also, the method of the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very unique. So, Sri Shankaracharya's doctrine is Vivartavada, or the doctrine of illusion.
La filosofía de la doctrina de Shankaracharya es Vivartavada, quiere decir la filosofía de la ilusión.
This world is false, they say.
Ese mundo, ellos dicen que ese mundo es falso.
In that same way, as you see the rope, but you mistake it by the snake. So in that same way, you can see this world and you mistake it to be real. But actually it's quite false, they say.
De la misma forma en que uno puede confundir a una cuerda con una serpiente, ese mundo también es una confusión.
Yeah, so this is called Vivartavada, or the doctrine of illusion.
Eso es llamado Vivartavada, la doctrina de la ilusión.
But the four Vaishnava Sampradayas, Ramanuja, Madhva, Vishnuswami, and Nimbaditya, they say that the doctrine is Vastu Parinamavada, or transformation of Brahman, of substance.
Las cuatro sampradayas dicen que esto es Vastu
Parinamavada,
que es todos son transformaciones del Vastu, de la sustancia.
Okay, means that Vastu, or the Supreme Personality, is undergoing transformation and becomes this world and becomes the jivas. That's what they say.
Quiere decir que la fuente suprema se transforma a sí misma y se vuelve las jivas y se vuelve mundo material.
Yes. But the doctrine of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says no. The Lord does not undergo any transformations personally.
La doctrina de Mahaprabhu dice que no es así, que el Señor no sufre ninguna transformación personal.
Because the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called Shakti Parinamavada, or the doctrine of transformation of the energy.
Porque la doctrina del Señor Chaitanya es Shakti Parinamavada, que es la transformación de la energía del Supremo.
Yes. So, the Lord has nothing to do, no?
Entonces, quiere decir que el Señor no tiene nada que hacer.
But he has Parasya Shakti Vidaiva Shruyati. All the Vedic scriptures are saying that he has the innumerable amount of energies.
Quiere decir que el Señor tiene innumerables, infinitas energías.
Yes, so all those energias, the Señor, they're performing all transformations.
Que todas las energías del Señor están ejecutando todas las transformaciones.
When the Señor is in close proximity with Jiva Shakti, then Jiva is manifested.
Cuando el Señor está cercano a la Jiva Shakti, entonces la Jiva se manifiesta.
And when he is in close proximity, close contact with Maya Shakti, then Maya comes into being.
cuando el Señor tiene un acercamiento cercano a ella, que entonces Maya se manifiesta.
Yes. So, thus, Gurudev commented this verse from Upanishads to the Pandit. He says that thus the Lord becomes many. He is one, but thus, with the help of his energies, he becomes many.
Entonces el Gurudev le explicó al Pandit que eso quiere decir, por lo tanto, que el Señor se vuelve varios.
Gurudev explained this verse. Eko vashi sarva bhutan taratma ekam rupam bahudaya karoti tam atmastham ye nupashyanti dhiras tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. So thus his transcendental form becomes many.
Entonces, por lo tanto, su forma trascendental se vuelve varias.
For example, there are many jivas, innumerable.
Por ejemplo, hay innumerables jivas en ese mundo.
Okay, but they are not the Lord. They're not the Lord himself. They are the emanations of the energy of the Lord. In that same way, so many material manifestations of Maya in this world, matter. But all those phenomena also are not the Lord, but they're manifestations of the energy of the Lord. So, this is a very wonderful doctrine of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying in 9th chapter, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshva avastitaha. So the whole universe is pervaded by me, by my impersonal feature. All the universe. Yes. So all the living beings are situated in me. But nachaham teshu avastita. I'm not in them. They're in me, but I'm not in them. So by the dint of transformation of Krishna's energy, Maya and Jivas manifested. By the transformation of Krishna. Maya manifested, Jivas manifested. They're within Krishna. But Krishna gives them freedom. So Maya works automatically. Maya. But Jivas, they have independence. Yeah, because there's also difference between Maya and Jiva. So Jivas are working according to their free will. And Krishna is Paramatma Super Soul just meditating. How will they work? He's like watching. Like first bird, second bird. Two birds. Dos pájaros. So they see how to say, Paramatma sees how Atma is working like this. Yeah, so Krishna says later again in the next verse, Nachamatstani bhutani pashyami yogam aishwaram bhuta bhrin nacha bhutasto mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. Yet, everything which is created at the same time does not rest in me. So like rests in me, then Krishna says, does not rest in me simultaneously. So, I'm not a part of this creation. I'm aloof, So that is completely unbelievable. Like, what? Finito. Huh? You got some unexpected. Such intense class, everybody's running back and forth. Intensiva class. Everybody periodically runs away.
This is the third one.
No, steam. Philosophical steam. Okay, so simultaneously, all the manifested phenomena are within Krishna and also not outside.
Outside, inside or outside?
Yeah.
So, todo fenómeno existe en Krishna y fuera de Krishna.
So it rests in me, Krishna says, and the next verse he says, it does not rest in me.
Significa Krishna que todo existe en mí, pero a la misma vez yo estoy desapegado.
Yeah, so just,
De todo ello.
just behold my mystic opulence.
Así observa mi poder místico.
Yes, so
Todo está en mí y a la misma vez yo no estoy en ello.
yeah, so the Pandit was listening to this and steam was going out of his ears.
Así, el padre estaba escuchando esto y le salía humo de los oídos.
And everybody could understand that, oh, Narayan has become really, really very devotional and philosophical. He can explain such intricate things.
Sí, todo el mundo entendió que Simon Narayan había cambiado mucho y tiene una actitud muy devocional y muy filosófica.
Okay, then that Pandit said, oh, can you please explain the Dvadasha Sutras, 12 verses of Madhvacharya?
Así, Pandit le preguntó a Simon Narayan que si podía explicar las 12 slokas de
Madhvacharya.
Madhvacharya.
So when Madhvacharya found that ship, remember, with the chandan.
Sí, cuando Madhvacharya encontró ese barco con ese pedazo de chandan.
Chandan means sandalwood based.
Chandan significa el pasta de sándalo.
And yes, and inside there was a deity of Gopal was inside.
Dentro de ese gran bloque de arcilla estaba la deidad de Gopal.
So Madhvacharya was carrying that Gopal deity, and on the way he composed 12 verses in his glorification.
Mientras él llevaba ese bloque de arcilla encima, mientras cargaba, compuso esos 12 versos.
We will remember this story again exactly in 1 week, because that will be Madhvacharya's appearance day.
La semana que viene será la aparición de Madhvacharya.
Yeah, our last day here in Lima will be Madhvacharya, so we'll remember this story. So, yes, so can you explain these verses? Gurudev said, yes, I heard something from my Gurudev, so I can explain.
Sí, cuando le preguntó si podía explicar esos versos.
Yes. So, in these verses, okay. Okay, reload has been done. So okay, no problem. So, in these verses, Sri Madhvacharya is calling Krishna Narayan, is calling him son of Devaki, Devaki Nandan, like this.
En esos versos, Madhvacharya está llamando a Krishna Devaki Nandana.
Sometimes Madhava, sometimes Devaki Nandan, sometimes Narayan, like different names. But the Pandit said, see, he is saying Devaki Nandan, so Rukmini Dwarakadish, is the deity in that sampradaya. Why are you saying Radha and Krishna? Why are you saying that Madhvacharya worshipped Radha and Krishna? And Gurudev said, hey, Panditji, there's one secret. I heard from my Gurudev that Yashoda and Devaki are the two names of Yashoda, mother of Krishna in Gokula.
Entonces, Yashoda y Devaki son los nombres de los padres de Krishna en Gokula.
No, the madre del Krishna, Yashoda. In Gokul. Two names, Yashoda and Devaki.
Yashoda y Devaki son los dos nombres de la madre de Krishna en Gokula.
Correct, sorry, okay. So then, the mother, father, all Gurudev's relatives are very much delighted to hear this explanation. Okay, so this Vamsharopa Nasimha was still clever, and he asked, okay, in your sampradaya, what is... he continued examining Gurudev about Madhava Sampradaya. So in Madhava Sampradaya, what is the bhajan pranali, means the method of bhajan? Okay, so Gurudev replied, well, there are in Madhvacharya's doctrine, there are two sections.
Gurudeva contestó que hay dos secciones en la cuestión de Madhvacharya.
Dasakuta and Vyasa-puja.
Dasakuta y Vyasa-puja.
So in Dasakuta, section, those who have inclination for bhajan and kirtan, and less inclination towards scripture.
Aquellos que tienen inclinación, Dasakuta, que tienen inclinación hacia el bhajan.
So these are bhajananandis.
Ellos son bhajananandis.
And Vyasa-puja, they're Goshtanandis. They're more inclined towards scripture and they preach.
Y los Goshtanandis son aquellos que tienen la inclinación a predicar y a las escrituras.
Okay, then Vamsharopa Nasimha asked Gurudev to explain all the siddhanta of these sampradayas. So Srila Gurudev explained.
Entonces el Pandit le pidió a Srila Gurudeva que siga explicando esa doctrina.
So it's a long story, but explicitly Gurudev explained.
Es una larga historia, pero Gurudeva explícitamente contestó.
Yeah, so also we will discuss next Sunday. Gurudev explained the 9 points of Madhvacharya and how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took them into his doctrine.
Entonces la próxima vez también explicó los 9 puntos de la filosofía de Madhvacharya y la relación con.
So very interesting. Next Sunday it's very complicated. Next Sunday we will return to this subject. Okay.
Es un tema muy complicado, pero es muy interesante que el próximo domingo vamos a
And I think tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening, we'll continue the second half of Srila Gurudev's life, of how he was preaching and how he went to the West. All that, how to say, end of his pastimes we'll summarize in tomorrow's class. And tomorrow morning, Chitananda Prabhu will speak Katha. Yes, so I just wanted to show how to say Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivinoda Narayan Goswami Maharaj is great Rasika Vaishnava. First of all, he's known in the world. But simultaneously, how philosophical he was. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable, like how deep. You see his commentaries. Yeah, like Bhagavad Gita, let's take. I often, my mission, I consider my mission, to make devotees read Gurudev's Bhagavad Gita commentaries. Like often I try to preach that, Sometimes devotees say, oh, Maharaj, muy complicado. Give up, I said, okay, you read Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj's Gita as it is, very good, but go to Gurudev's Gita, why not going? Like this.
¿Por qué no leer el comentario de... el comentario de Prabhupada es sencillo y fácil, pero ¿por qué no leer los comentarios?
So, it's also great, how to say, rasa actually, which sits in tattva. So Gurudev could see that and he could then manifest rasa from tattva, It's so amazing. Yes, rasa. So in Bhagavad Gita, his commentary, and how to say, I was rendering Bhagavad Gita, Gurudev was saying that highest rasa is at the end, that's Sharanagati, Sarvatarman Parityaja, and Manmanam Brahman Bhakto, these verses.
En esos versos, decía que está el rasa más elevado.
Yeah, so this rasa finally comes up in these 2 last verses, 1865 and 1866.
Estos versos vienen en los últimos capítulos del capítulo 18 del Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, so Srila Gurudeva ki jai. I don't know, a bit maybe philosophical, but if some preguntas, then this class was actually for Madhurika. Why didn't she come? She promised me to come. Why? Anyway. Srila Gurudev ki. No, first Harikatha, then okay. And in your dream, if you have some questions, then after Harikatha, then in your dream you can discuss. Any preguntas? Okay. Protestas.
¿Alguna queja, alguna protesta?
Ishwar, something? Okay.
I heard you were explaining this the one more disposal to Dubai and the other one more philosophical. But there was like a third one maybe that used both. Or...
I couldn't follow. Yeah.
He's saying that he heard that there are two ways.
Mm-hmm.
That one was bhajan and the other one was more philosophical. He's asking if there's a chance to make both ways.
Yes. Simply, Bhajanananda and Goshtananda, there are two sections, like two methods.
Hay dos métodos, dos secciones,
Like,
Bhajanananda y Goshtananda.
yeah, so this is, what we heard was Madhvacharya's, those terms, but we use Bhajanananda, Goshtananda.
Eso fue explicado por Madhvacharya, pero nosotros usamos los dos métodos, Bhajanananda y Goshtananda.
There is one type of initiation in Gaudiya Math, it's called Babaji initiation.
Hay una iniciación particular en la Gaudiya Math que se llama
Babajis, they get the same mantra as sannyasis, but they don't preach.
Los Babajis reciben el mismo mantra que el sannyas, pero ellos predican.
They have no danda also.
No usan danda.
But some Babajis also speak Harikatha, no problem, they can speak.
Pero también algunos Babajis hablan Harikatha.
But they usually don't travel,
Pero ellos no viajan.
Yeah. So they are more inclined towards bhajan, that's the difference.
Ellos son bhajan más.
Yeah, but like mostly sannyasis, because Gurudev's, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is preaching movement, so that's why we preach. Yeah, and then you achieve great results in preaching when you get all the mercy of your guru, okay, at the end then you perform bhajan, you go deeply into bhajan. Sannyasis also do bhajan. It's a mistake to think they're not. They're doing bhajan also. Yes. So.
¿Y el nombre de las personas que les gusta cantar los bhajans?
El nombre the name of the people that likes to sing bhajans.
No, not sing bhajans, like devotional life. Viva devocional.
No solamente cantar, sino hacer vida devocional.
So bhajan means devotional life.
Bhajan quiere decir vida devocional.
And bhajan also devotional song. So these are two meanings.
Sí. Pero que se distinguen por dos partes, los que les gustan las escrituras, que se dedican a estudiar, y los que se dedican solo a cantar, ¿no?
She's asking if there's difference between those who also the only ones to or likes to study scriptures, shastra, or the other ones that likes to sing. If there's a difference.
Oh, well, you see, you are now asking about the second meaning, bhajan as a song. Second meaning. Yeah. Well, bhajan in the first sense includes singing, and it also includes individual chanting, it also includes prayers. Bhajan is the whole complex of devotional activities. Servicio, service.
A mí me gusta.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bhajan significa cero. Pero sí entendió lo que dijo.
Sí.
Hay significados complejos.
A mí lo que me gusta es cantar.
She's saying that what she likes is...
Importante, Seva, okay.
Ya las escrituras.
Yes. But when you clean the floor, you also sing, no problem. Yes.
Sí.
Anything we do, we sing. Same as gopis of Vrindavan do the same. Okay, more preguntas? You have any? Tika, so let's sing then. Sing something. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Nitai Gaura Hari Go, Nitai Gaura Hari Go, Hari Go, Hari Go, Hari Go, Nitai Gaura Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Go, Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Kripanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Oh, muchas gracias.